Hi, my name's Gordy, and this is Hive City Fight Night Marketplace Tile Build Part 2. Yes, that's right, I'm starting to learn Italian, and I can count to 2. That's as far as I get, though. Anyway, before we get started on the build, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been participating on the first video. It's so awesome to see all the likes and comments and views. Got a lot of really cool suggestions from everybody watching, and I'm going to implement everything I see into these tile builds. If not on this one, then on future builds, and I will. So keep those coming. I love to see it, and all the tips and tricks are going to help me. So please keep doing that, and sincerely, thank you. Anyways, yeah. Now that we have the first part of this build done, we're going to do detail work. And before we get started, I thought maybe I'll just talk about what I'm aiming for with that. It's I just want the city to feel lived in. I want it to be very immersive as I can. By that, to do that, I'll put trash in the streets, people everywhere. I don't want to have a clean building just placed on a clean tile and leave it at that. I want it to feel like a real city. And I can't really explain it harder than that other than showing you what I'm going to do. So we'll leave it there for now. What I also know is that I'm going to be using LED lights. I love LED on terrain. It makes it so much more immersive. My city is going to be lit, definitely. Yeah, you know what I mean. I also know that I'm going to be doing static tiles. It's kind of a controversial decision. A lot of people love modular tiles, modular terrain, I mean, and I do too, but in this case, I feel like I can do a lot more flavor on a terrain tile when it's glued down. Design elements can be brought from one piece of terrain to the other on the same tile without having to worry about it being picked up and moved to somewhere else in the next game. I love that. I also hate building my board every time I play a game. It takes forever to set things up and put away. I just want the tile to be put down in there, and there you go. But my city is going to be modular in the sense that it can rotate things around, just like I showed you in the first video. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. Let's get started. Wait, before I start, I also am going to say that I'm not only going to use Games Workshop kits. I'll be using dollar store junk. I'll be using some Mantic terrain crate stuff and other build materials, but most of it, 95% or more, is going to be Games Workshop exclusive. So when you look at the tile, you won't think anything other than Necromunda. So yeah, that's the plan. No more thoughts on that. So let's just get started on building. Yeah, detail work, here we come. So some of the comments on the first video were about what kind of shops to make, and I love them. So one of them was a rats on a stick for a restaurant. There's a lot of different types of hired guns and hangers-on you can get for your gangs in Necromunda, and one of them's a slopper. I definitely do need to have a restaurant. I'm gonna do this rats on a stick. I had this idea to make a grill out of these two parts from the marketplace. It's the table thing, and I don't even know what this is. This is the weapons rack. Yeah. So if you put that on top of an upside down table thing, then I think it looks kind of like a grill. And if you attach it to a container, I'll probably hollow out like the end, like this. I think you can work the grill from inside the container. And I'll probably build a slopper sometime, and yeah, I'll be grilling up rats. So I've got some rats actually from the, what's it called? The Plague Monks kit. Oh shit, sorry about that. The Plague Monk kit from Age of Sigmar has some loose rats in it that I never put down anywhere. So these guys, let's see if you can see these. A couple of these rats, put them on the grill, grill these bad boys up. I also was thinking I'd put some LEDs on this so we can make it look like it's actually charcoal. So that's the idea. Let's start by working the table, drilling out the holes for the LEDs. So I got some flickering red and flickering orange LEDs already. I'm gonna seat them in here and then thread the wiring out the back. So I'm gonna need to drill some holes. Got one of these drills, pin vise. So get started on that. Hey guys, so I got that drilled out, 6 holes. I'll put 3 lights in here, 2 holes for each light. So I'll have the positives coming out one end and the negatives coming out of the other end of this LED light. It's a flickering one, so I think it'll look pretty cool. I'll put some red ones in, and this yellow one in. But yeah, so I'm gonna feed these through here, and it looks like it's gonna be a pain in the butt to do. Yeah, I think I can sneak that through that little passage I made. Okay, one is through. Get the other one through too. Probably do this part off camera, but you get the picture. Come right back. All right, so now that those LEDs have been seated in there, that was a pain in the butt, but it's done. I got the snips out. These blue ones weren't gonna do it because they're too small, and a glue stick. And I'm gonna chop this glue stick up to be charcoal for the grill. I don't know if this is gonna work. It probably isn't, but I'll let you know if it, either way. I'm just cutting these up into little bits. So this translucency and the glue, I hope, is gonna make it so the LED lights flickering underneath this will have a chance to shine through. I'm gonna dust this with some black spray paint or dry brush it maybe after I'm done. That way it'll have the charcoal effect too, and we'll see if it works. I really hope it does. I don't know what to do about charcoal. I have no idea, but we'll see if it works. Yeah, charcoal. We'll see. All right, so I did a really light spray over this with some cast black, black spray paint, and I think it's pretty cool. I haven't tried it out with the battery yet. I'll give it a shot now in a second. All right, moment of truth. Oh, that's sweet. That's pretty cool. I think the charcoal looks good. Maybe I need a little more black, but overall, that's pretty good. I like the way that the glue sticks kind of tone it down, but I do think I need a little more black on it. I'm gonna try it. Well, here it is with a solid coat of black on it. I did not dust it, gave it a solid coat, and it still shines through, which makes me real happy. I love this look. I also cut the pieces a lot smaller. Those are way too big of chunks. They probably still are not really good scale, but I think this is fine. I think they'll look good. So, yep, moving on. All right then, moving on. Let's get this rat shop decorated. Got some bits laid out here that I just rummaged around and collected off camera, but I'll go through what I've got here on the table. We'll see if we can use some of this stuff, if not all of it. Probably not all of it, but I got some mugs from the Marketplace kit, Under Hive Marketplace kit. I've got the tray from the same kit, these computer terminals from the Zone Mortalis, what is it? Columns and Walls box, I think. And then here's some from the containers kit. Got some of those in the barrel. From the Promethean kit, I got the fire extinguisher. That's a pretty cool bit for a grill. That'll be cool. And then I've got some more just chests and crates of random types, and also lids to random types of stuff. Got a sign from the Under Hive Market box. It's upside down. Hang that up somewhere. I got a rope from the Promethean kit, a bucket. That's also from the Under Hive Market kit. Got some water tank. Gonna have to serve a beverage with these rats. We'll set that up somewhere. So here we go. It's looking good. Let's see how we can decorate it. I think I want to put a, I don't know where the other piece is to it right in a second. a shelf up, like a serving, ordering shelf. What is that? Countertop type of situation. We'll build one of those out of plastic card probably. Just measure it out, cut it up. So let's see what I have in that department and get started on that. And then once I've got that cut, we'll start decorating things up to put on the counters. Sound good? Okay, I built that serving table area on the container, and I made it out of plastic card. It's the first piece of plastic card I picked up. I should have probably got a thicker one. I think this one is 0.02 inches, but it'll do just fine. I'll probably put a little support, like a support piece there for the shelf, but I might not need that. I like it. Let's start decorating it with this stuff. So I have this water tank. I think I'm gonna put it inside. I haven't glued it all together yet until I decorate it, but I think I'll put it inside. It's got big, fat, fumbling fingers. It's hard to show. But I think that way you can serve it up right there in front of the counter and then have some mugs underneath it. That'd be cool. Yeah, let's do that. And then I think I'll probably use these. I was just thinking about plates, how I could do plates, because I want to have these like laying out on a table in the courtyard. But maybe I'll do trays. I think that these will do just fine for that. They're kind of the right size-ish. They're the lids for some of the crates. I think these are the Promethean kit. Promethean tank kit comes with a couple of crates, but I might be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what these are from. But that could be kind of cool. And then I got some more rats. I got a bunch more rats, but you know, have the grilled up rats served up on these trays to eat. That's a good idea, I think. Got other ideas for not just rats on a stick, but I could have like rat tails or something, or giant rat heads, because I got that Skaven kit that I didn't use all those heads on. So some of them look kind of good that I could actually maybe use as cut off heads, you know, like how they have in fish markets sometimes, giant fish heads on ice. I'd probably do something like that, but with rat heads in a chest, like an ice chest. Maybe use one of these. It's kind of deep though. Maybe that'll work. So I'll have to find some of those heads to cut out. Put this guy on the countertop right next to the grill. I think that'll be cool. And then I'll have this little money tray on the inside here. It's hard to hold it all together while I'm showing you, but yeah, it'll be sitting in there right next to the ordering computer register. I think this is coming together. This will be looking good. So let me glue some of these things in, and then we'll see how it looks in a minute. Be right back. And we have water, or some kind of variation of water. I glued the water tank in and the tap and a couple of mugs down. I think it's looking pretty cool. What is next? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna cut out some of these giant rat heads. We'll see how that looks in that ice chest crate idea in a minute. So I've been eyeballing which ones would look good cut out, and some of these would not look good, but I think these right here are pretty good. You probably can't see any of that on your side, but those are what I'm going to pick for the for this idea. I'll cut those out right now, and we'll see in a second. I'll have to cut that little bell off of that guy because there's a bell hanging from his neck. All right, cool. We'll see that in a minute. I'm thinking I might cut some of the rat tails off of these bodies as well, because I want to maybe put in a bucket, just like a bucket full of rat tails. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I'm gonna try it out. Because I don't know, I kind of think I'm gonna use these guys for other things that aren't rats. So these bodies still can be used even though I cut these tails off. And that would be a good way to use them. So if I cut these tails off, put them in a bucket, we'll have a bucket full of rat tails. We'll see. I also was thinking I might try to hang some rats from the ceiling, like on hooks. Thinking about how I might do that. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'll cut some more of this stuff out, these tails, and we'll see what it looks like in a minute. All right, I cut out some more of the rat tails and glued them into this bucket. And a little blurry, sorry it's not focusing, but I think it's pretty good. I'm a little worried they look like tentacles or I don't know, but I think they, with paint, they'll be good. Triple Sec, get out of here. My cats are always in my business here. More of a dog guy actually, but I do have cats and they all love me. Well, that's a good addition. I think this will go just right here on the counter, next to the register. And I'll put the register right here. I think I'll just cut one of these and plop it right there on, I'll just do it right now. Right there on the table. See if it looks good here. I think I might face it in, or I'm not sure. I'll orient that, but that's looking good for right there. I think I'm gonna hang up the sign here. I just don't wanna, sorry, can't figure out where my camera is. I just don't want it to be blocking the vision, or blocking, because this guy's gonna stand in here like this, and then I'll set up the grill right here. I'll play around with the different ideas on that off camera and let you know what I pick, where the sign will go. It might go over here too, I'm not sure. If it'll be right here above the grill or here above the register. Probably should go over here. We'll see. The other thing I built, I cut out a bunch of these rat heads and put them in this chest. I think this looks great. I really love this. I think this will go right underneath the shelf table. So probably put it on top of another chest like this. Like that. I think this is looking pretty cool. Yep, so I'm gonna glue some more of this stuff in and come back to you, see what it looks like. Well, let's take a look at this. I glued a lot more down. We'll walk you through it. I put this tray down on the table and glued the bucket down with the rat tails. I built this little stand for the cooler full of rat heads. I built it out of a tripod from the Acadian Heavy Weapon Squad. I had a few of these laying around and mounted this to it. It's probably not the best idea. A little unstable. It's locked in there. Not everyone in Necromunda is very smart though, so let's see if this works out for him. I also put some support underneath that shelf. I wasn't sure if I would, but I decided that would be better. I used the legs from this computer terminal, and I have a bunch of these, so I cut the legs off of this one. I'm sure I'll find another use for that. And so I have legs on both sides. These look pretty cool. Glued those in. What else? This sign is new. I just put that up. I cut the little, it usually hangs from chains. Cut those chains off and just mounted it to the container itself, not hanging. But that way it's out of the way, so it's not blocking the view in and out. A little better. And inside the container, I put this chest at an angle against the back wall. I got some rat tails littering the floor. Got coins everywhere. This is looking good. I love packing these full of detail. My plan here is to use a switch for the LED lights. I've got one of these guys. So I'll put a little coin battery in there, and I'll feed the wiring up from underneath the container, and then so this will be up here like this. Hold on. See if I can do this one-handed without spilling everything everywhere. So it'll be like this, and the wiring will come up from underneath, and I'll have this just mounted underneath, and the wiring I'll drill some holes, come up from under the panel, up from under the container, and then connecting to these heads here. Call them heads, I think they're called leads. I don't know anything about this stuff. All I do know is this looks pretty sweet. It's the next morning now, and it snowed last night. It's raining now. It's always raining in the Pacific Northwest. But been staring at this for a few minutes now, planning my next move. And it's always the hardest part, is knowing when to stop on these things. So you really can just keep going forever, adding bits and bobs. And it's hard to find the stopping point. I'm not good at it, so I'm not gonna stop yet. So taking a look at this model now and trying to think about what else a slopper might need to run this joint. Well, for one, I think he'll need a prep station. I think that would involve a little bench inside for him to prep his rats on. I'll have a blade there for him to cut them open, I think. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a fire extinguisher. I think I'll put that on the bench too, inside, so he can put out fires from the grill. He'll also probably likely want a gun mounted on the wall or under the counter, maybe for easy access, something like that. But I've also been looking at the Plague Monk sprue again, and there's a few things on there I think I might want to use. This guy right here, the book with the hand grabbing it, I think I can trim that hand off, sand it down, and make it look like an open book. Maybe prop that up on the prep station as like a recipe book. I think that'd be fun. I also think this looks like a gong. I have no idea what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a gong to me, like a dinner bell type of thing. So I think I might build that and plant it right outside for him to ring. This morning, I got my hole punch out, and I just punched through some 0.04 inch plastic card. Man, I really wish I used that for the bench outside the serving station. But I used a 0.02 for that. I used that for coins. So I loaded up the little money tray with some of the coins that I just punched out. Super easy. Took me 5 seconds to do it, but I love the way it looks. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I think I'll put that gong together, if that's what it is, and trim out that book, and then I'll start adding those little details in. As for the bench inside, I don't know exactly what I'll use. I'll test fit a few things, but I want it to be small. It's not going to be very spacious inside with another table. So he's got to have some room to move around and do his job. So not sure which one of these I'll use for that. Well, this prep station is done. I used the barricade from the Kill Team accessories sprue that comes with every Start Collecting Kill Team box. I forget what it's called, but I'll put it on the screen here. Don't buy these separately. I'll put it on the screen so you know what it is, but don't buy them separately. They come in every single Start Collecting box. So yeah, I use that barricade, have it mounted on the wall. I think it looks kind of cool. His little revolver mounted on the wall for self-defense. Got that strapped up. Got a rat that he's preparing for the grill, the fillet knife, a recipe book, and his fire extinguisher for safety. I'm sure he needs that. Yeah, the LED light is not going to be here. I just wanted to be able to see it while the container was closed. So I just taped that in. But I will have LEDs here. That's just the last thing I'll do before I paint, or maybe even after I paint. I have ideas on how I'll light this up. You'll just have to wait and see. So that's looking great. If they close this up, I'm gonna put a few other things under here. These tires, I just pulled these tires off of this dollar store junk truck. It's actually pretty cool. These are also gonna be kind of useful for certain things later on. But I'm gonna throw these under the bench. Some extra litter, scatter stuff, and I think this is done. I'm calling this one completed. I'm really happy with how this looks. I didn't mean to spend the entire video on just one shop. I just get carried away. I will definitely do a little better on the next one. I want to get through the rest of the detail work, so I'll probably do the next one formatted a little differently. I like feedback if you guys have it on if you want more like scratch building stuff in the video, or you want me to just build it off the video and assemble the tile. Otherwise these videos are going to get really long if I keep doing it like this. So but I'm fine with that if you guys are. So let me know what you guys like. Then yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Likes and subscribes if you can. Comment how you like, what you like, and what you want me to do differently, and what you think I should add on the next video. I really love the feedback, so keep it coming. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Hive City Fight Night, episode 3 is coming soon. Talk to you later.